So this is the hotel reservation app that we have already built. Now this is how it looks. What we're going to do next is we are going to make a few changes into this. This is a very simple basic app that we have built. So if you look into it, uh, there is this tab for hotels, and there is another tab for rooms. There is one for customers, reservation guests. All right. And if you want to enter details for any of these entities or in any of these objects, you can simply go to that object and you have to just go and click on new, and it will open up a form. So all these things are automatically done by Salesforce. So the good part is you just designed the entities, you created the tabs, you brought those tabs onto the user interface, and Salesforce has automatically taken care of all the things in terms of designing the front end user interfaces and all to a certain extent. Of course, it is not completely as per the way you may have wanted, but it has done a great job in terms of providing you a lot of these things out of the box. So which is a really, really good thing. So this saves you a lot of time. Now, you have the basic framework ready for the front end user interfaces. Like, you already have this kind of a form created from where the users can enter the details, right? Now, all that you have to do is you have to spend time in understanding the requirements of the business and then customizing these things according to the requirements. So it's not more of, doing a lot of basic stuff and all. So that's one reason why Salesforce is so popular with the customization features, functionalities, and all. And you would have seen, how easy or how convenient it is to build a custom app in Salesforce. All right. So now this is what we have built. These are the tabs that we have. This is the hotel reservation app. And now what we're going to do is we are going to make a few changes onto this. All right. So for example, let's get started with one simple change. So when I go to this hotels tab, and when I click on a particular record, let's say I've created this is a record that I've already created. So if I click on this record, I notice that yeah. If you notice this one, you would see that all the fields that we have created have come on the left hand side, whereas there is ample space here. There's a lot of blank space here, right? There's only one field which has come here, but otherwise there's a lot of blank space here, right? Now, what I want to do first is I want to move some of these fields to the right side because the space is not properly distributed and it looks a little weird, right? So you would see that a lot of fields are on the left hand side, and on the right side you do not have really anything. You just have one field. Okay. As I said, this is the default one that Salesforce creates. So, it usually creates it this way. And also, if you want to, maybe set up a bit of, I would say, order or the sequence of these fields, that's another change that you may want to do. For example, if I wanted the phone number to come maybe right after this, yeah, yeah, maybe if I wanted the phone number to come here after the hotel name, and then the email ID after this, and then the address. Okay. So these are a few things, and I also want to move some of these fields to this area, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So it's very simple to do that. So for doing that, all that you have to do is you simply again need to go to the object manager. So for going to the object manager, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to setup again. Go to object manager, go to the object that you were working with. We are going to go to the hotel object. Yeah. So just go to the object that you were working with. And here now you would see something called page layouts. Okay. There is an option called page layout right below the fields and relationships. So what we're going to do is we are going to click on the page layouts. We'll click on the page layouts, and yeah. So by default, Salesforce creates one page layout for each object, each custom object that you have created. You have the option to create multiple page layouts. So if you see, there's a new button here. If you see, there's a new button here, and you have the option to go and create more page layouts. The reason for us to have multiple page layouts for the same object can be if there are different personas in the same company, if there are different types of users who would want to have different views for the data. All right. So then you can have multiple page layouts. So I have a completely separate video on that, how we create multiple page layouts and then how do we assign those to users. So that's something which I've covered in a different video. We'll not get into details of those. But for now, let's just keep it like this. And we'll go to this, we just have one page layout. And this is the one that we are using or that we are getting to see because there's only one. So now what we will do is we'll just go to this particular page layout and make the changes. So once you go to the page layout, you will see this kind of a screen or a canvas which comes up, which is a page layout editor. All right. Now what you can do is you will see several things appearing here, right? So yeah, you have the option of you know working with fields, buttons, quick actions. There are mobile and lightning actions, lookups, related list, charts, everything, right? Report charts. So whatever you want on the page layout, you can basically bring it. So I'm not basically going to bring everything here for now. Right now we are on the fields. Okay, if you see, we are on the fields, and you would see that all the fields appear here, right? So you will see all the fields which are part of this are appearing here. All right. So this is what you have here. Now, if you scroll down, a little further, you will notice that yeah, you will notice that you have these fields, the layout of this also visible here, right? So now it's a matter of going and changing which field appears here. So this, from this layout, you can basically move some of the fields here and there. So for example, what is that we wanted to do? We wanted to have the phone number field migrated here. We want our email ID field to go, let's say, this side, and then city here, and then state field should go to the right side, right? Something like this. So this is what we are trying to do, right? So we will simply just go and try to do those changes. So you can, yeah, we'll, we'll try to migrate these fields. Let's say, yeah. So we have moved the phone number, and if I now want to move the email ID also, I should be able to migrate it, move it. So we, yeah, moving. We can move the fields the way we want, like the phone number field, and the same way we will move the email field here. Okay, so we will move the phone field here. We move our email field here. State field, I'll move this side. Country and then postal code on this side. Sorry. Postal code on this side, and then accepting booking. Right. So that's what we have. So now we have our fields evenly distributed. We have a few fields on the left hand side. We have a few fields on the right hand side. So that's what we have. All right. Now, once you have done, once you have made these changes, all that you have to do is you simply have to go and save this. All right. So once you click on the save button, it will save all these changes to this page layout. All right. Now, there are a few additional things which you can do actually. So if you go to any of these fields, you would see, if you go into any of these fields, you would notice that yeah. So the phone number is there, and let's say, I can go to any of the fields. You have the option to remove the field, and you also have the option to click on properties. So for any of the fields, you will get to see the properties. You can click on the properties icon, and it will show you two more options. the read-only and required. Now, what are these read-only and required options? The read-only option basically means if you check this checkbox, this field will become read-only, which would mean the user can only see the field, but they cannot make the changes, right? Now, making a field read-only on the user interface will mean that users can make changes to this field from backend, but not from this page layout, all right? And required checkbox basically refers to uh, yeah, this required checkbox. If we check this checkbox, basically it will make the field required. It will make the field mandatory, and you will be able to ensure that every time someone is using this particular page layout, they have to enter a value for this particular page layout. Otherwise, it won't work. All right. So that is the thing. Now we will simply go and click on save because we are done with what changes we wanted to do. Now let's go back to our hotel reservation app. I'll search for the hotel reservation app here. Open the app and let's see if the changes have been applied already. Not yet. It at times takes a few seconds for this to get updated, so you may not be able to immediately see the changes. Uh, it may take 5-10 seconds or maybe 30 seconds, something like that. So you can possibly try to do a refresh and then uh, still not coming. Let me go to rooms, come back to hotels. This again. Existing one. Try to refresh it a couple of times. It will be done. I think we did make changes and we did save it, right? Let's quickly check that. Go to Object Manager. It would be a good check for us to go back and check if we did save the changes properly. In case we have not saved the changes, it may not work. Yes, let's go to this. Go to page layout again. Hotel layout and what do we see? Yeah, pretty much looks fine. So I think we are good. We should go back to our hotel reservation app and then we should try opening this one more time. Okay. We'll do a few other changes and we'll come back to this and see if these changes get saved. Again, as I said, sometimes it takes a bit of time to get updated, so that's okay. Another quick thing that I want to do now on this particular uh, page is I also want to see the related records. What are related records? Let's say I have a hotel room. So when I'm seeing the details of the hotel room, along with that, I would also want to see related rooms, let's say. So what you can do is, automatically the details of the hotel room will be available in the details tab that you see here. And then there is another tab which is called the related tab. So you will be able to see the details of the related records, the child records in the related tab. So if you just go and click on this related tab, you'll be able to see these, right? So currently what it shows, it just shows the room name here, all right? However, what I want is I would like to, I would love to see, let's say along with the room name, I would love to see capacity of the room also in another column. And let's say along with that, so it shows me room name and let's say capacity is 4 or 2, whatever it is, should show me that here. And along with that, I also want to see something like room type, let's say. Okay. Okay. And another thing I would like to see is if the room is available. Right. So when I go to the hotel, my requirement is very simple. When I go to a hotel, I should be able to, click on the related tab and I should be able to see all the rooms listed under that hotel along with these details. So right now it shows me the list of rooms, but it is only currently showing me the room names. But what I want, I need the capacity, I need the room type, and I need the checkbox of whether it is available or not available, right? Now, how do we do that? Again, we'll have to, for this, again, we have to go to the same page layout and we'll have to make those changes there. So let me quickly go and make the changes in the page layout. So we'll again go to setup and search for the object that we're working with. Go to hotel, page layouts, and this is where we are going to go and make the changes again. Correct. Now, this time we are actually making changes in related list. Okay, this time we are not worried about the fields. We are basically working with a related list. Related list is the list of related child records. Correct. So we will just move this a little. If you scroll down, you will see that there is something called related list. You see this? So we have this related list option here. All right. And now what we see here in the related list, there is only one column, which is the room name. And that is the reason why we just have one column, which is the room name. And that's the reason why it is just showing us the room name in the related list, right? Now my requirement is slightly different. I told you that I need 3 more fields here. So all that you have to do is you simply need to go and click on the settings option for the related list, right? So there is the settings button for this. In case you want to remove the related list, you can click on this button and it will remove this related list completely. But what I want to do is I just simply want to go and click on, change the settings for this particular related list. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the settings for this and so I click on settings and then I'll control which fields I want to see in the related list, right? So already room name is there. You have two things. You have the list of available fields and then you have a list of selected fields. So in the selected fields, room name is already there. I needed 4 fields. One is already there. Sorry. I needed 4 fields. One is already there. I need 3 more, right? So I need room type. I need room capacity. And there's one more, availability, right? So that one also we will possibly, yeah, this is the first field, available field, right? So I need available and then uh, the room type and capacity. Okay, so it's pretty simple. All that you have to do is you simply need to select that field and click on the add button. It will move the field there. I need the capacity. I'll move it there to the right side to the selected field. Select room type, move it to the right side. That's it. So now in the selected fields, I have the room name available, capacity available as in the checkbox, and then capacity and type. So all the fields I wanted are available on the selected fields section. So these 4 fields will appear in the related list right now. If you want to, control the sorting, if you want to, sort by say ascending, descending, etc. For any of these fields, you can do that. For now, I do not need any of that. So I'll just keep it like this and it's, yeah. So this should be fine for now. I may have to do it one more time. I think it did not get saved properly. Sometimes it's, your Salesforce screen may act a little weird. For example, in this case, it's not showing me the option to save. Yeah, I have to minimize this a bit just to get that save option. Okay, yeah. So sometimes, by scrolling, you may not be able to see that, so that's fine. That's slightly, I would say, weird behavior from Salesforce screen, but that's fine. All right. So now we have the related list, and the related list gets, shows us all the 4 fields that we were talking, right? So we have now the room name. Yeah. We have the available checkbox. We have the capacity, and we have the room type, right? So all these fields are available right now. It's fine. Okay. So Let's go to our, and yeah, before you exit this, you have to ensure that you click on the save button. So you have to, save this. And what you can do is now you can go to your, again, just go to your hotel manager or hotel reservation apps. Go to the hotel object or the tab there. Let's see. Yeah, these things are appearing right now here. Okay. Uh, these details still did not get updated. I think there's something which I may have missed. I'll quickly check that and update that. And I'll include that. Okay. So this is done. Now, the next thing that we want, we have another requirement, which is about. Let's say that on the let's say on the hotels page or on the detail page, I need a count of rooms that we have for that particular hotel. All right. So let's say if I want a count, I need uh, one more field here, which is number of fields. Okay. So what is this number of fields thing? The number of fields basically refers to uh, how many, not number of fields, sorry, I meant number of rooms. Okay, let's say I need a field which should show me the aggregate of number of rooms, or even better, number of rooms which are available for booking. All right. So let's say in a hotel there are 500 rooms, it should show me 500. If there are 700, it should show me 700. So that's one field that I need. Now, to always do that calculation and manually enter that value is going to be difficult. All right, because we just discussed that it's going to be number of available rooms. So every time to check whether a room is available, not available, to update, how frequently do we update, etc. So that will become quite hectic for someone to do it manually, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to do it with a very simple trick which is available in Salesforce, which is the auto number field. Right. So when we were creating the fields, we realized that there is a field called auto number field. All right. So this auto number field, or a field type rather, which is called auto number field. With that auto number field, we can, not auto number, sorry, it's a roll up summary field. Please excuse me. Yeah. So the field that we are going to use is a roll up summary field. Roll up summary. Okay. What is the use of this roll up summary field? Usually, this roll up summary works in this way. So if you have a parent record, and if this parent has got multiple child records, it can summarize the values from the child records and roll it up to the parent. It can do count some of these things and roll up the values to parent. So this is a rolled up value, right? So this is what a roll up summary field is. The concept is pretty simple. What it does, it can be a field on the parent and it can summarize the values from all the child records. Okay, so that's what it does. So we will quickly go and create that roll up summary field here. Yeah. So again, for that we'll have to go to, for that we have to go to the object manager, and we'll go to the hotel object. Let's go to object manager. Let's go to the hotel object. And we'll go to fields and relationships. It's a type of field that needs to be created. So we'll simply go to field and relationship. We'll create a new field. Now this needs to be created on the parent object. So if we are trying to summarize the values of the room on the hotel, so this field is on the hotel object, right? So you will go and create this field of the parent object. Now in this case, the parent is hotel. So you will just go and click on roll up summary field. This is hotel object. Roll up summary is not available. Okay, fine. So now there is a small catch here. The reason why roll up summary is not available right now for this particular thing. Roll up summary field actually works only with master detail relationship. It does not work with a lookup relationship. In our case, what we have done, we have created a lookup relationship between the hotel and the uh, room, right? So we have these two objects, right? We have the hotel object and then we have the room object. and then there is a one-to-many relationship between these two objects. Correct? Now, for if you have a requirement of a roll-up summary, it is mandatory for you to use this relationship field as a master detail. It has to be a master detail relationship, and it cannot be a. So if you see, there are two options, right? There is a lookup relationship and a master detail relationship. So for roll-up summary, only master detail relationship works. Lookup relationship will not let you create a roll-up summary field. In our case, since we have used lookup relationship, we are not able to create the roll-up summary field. So the solution is simple. I'm going to go and change that relationship type. All right, for this one, I can change from lookup to master detail. But there are a few considerations, so it is not always possible to change from lookup to master detail or vice versa. You will have to understand a few more details about lookup, master detail, how do they work, what are their characteristics, what is required for a field to have lookup, or what is required for a field to have master detail relationship. Again, I have covered these things pretty much in details in a separate video, and you can always refer to that particular video. All right, so we'll go and change the relationship type here. So we are on which field we have to change. We have to change the lookup field, right? Yeah, okay. So this lookup field is actually not going to be on a hotel object. It will be on the child object. So this is the relationship between the hotel and the room is actually the field is in the child object. So we'll have to now go to the room object, not here. So we will search for the room object, go to this, and in this room object, fields and relationships, we have this field, look up to the hotel. See, this is a lookup field. We'll have to change it to a master detail relationship. All right. So it's simple. What we are going to do, we are simply going to go to this field and try and edit the relationship type. So here you have the option to edit. Let's see if it allows us to edit to master detail. Ideally, it should. Okay. So here you will see that there is this option to change the field types. You just go and click on the change field type, and you can choose master detail relationship instead of the lookup relationship. All right, and then just click on next, and then click on save. All right. So it's updating the record. Now the relationship that we have here is not a lookup; it's a master detail relationship to the hotel. Right. Now, ideally, we should be able to go and create a roll-up summary field on the parent. So we have sorted this. Now let's go and go back to the hotel object in the object manager, and then we will create the roll-up summary. Yeah. Go to fields and relationship, click on new. Okay. Now do you see this roll-up summary option, which was not enabled earlier, the roll-up summary field? Now we have this roll-up summary field appearing. All right, earlier it was not available. Earlier, the reason was it was actually it's only available when a record has a child, or not a record actually, an object has a child entity, and the relationship between this object and the child entity is a master detail. So right now we have one object associated to this, which is through a master detail, and we can see the roll-up summary field option available. All right, so that's fine. Then we can simply create the roll-up summary field. It's pretty simple. So you just need to enter a name. So I will just enter a name, which is going to be number of rooms. And yeah, the same thing, field label and a name. Click on next. All right. So which object do you want to summarize? You will have to select that. So you have summarize object, and there is only one child, so not a difficult thing for us to choose rooms. Okay. And what do we want? Do we want to do a count, sum, min, max? So we just need a count, and there is an option which is called the filter criteria. So the filter criteria lets you choose from whether you want all records to be part of this, or you want only certain records to be part of this. So in our case, we are saying that we need only records which are, we are saying that only records which are available, right? So you can put that criteria. So you will say where available equals true, right? Okay, so we have put this criteria. That's done. Click on next. Yeah, these things we have discussed earlier, so I'm not getting into this. We'll just click on save, and the field gets created, saved. All right. Okay, so now we do have this number of rooms. Okay, so let's go and see if it's working. So I'll go to the app there and I'll go to the hotel that we have created. See, yeah. Okay, so now you see this thing has also got sorted. Our fields that we edited, now it has started appearing here. So this thing also has come up now. As I said, it takes a bit of time, but it gets sorted automatically. So that's fine. Now I created the field number of rooms. Where is that? I don't see that one appearing here. Please check what has gone wrong with that. Okay, maybe we just okay. Let's see. Click on it, make it available. Click on save. Go to hotels. Click on this hotel. Okay, so this field got created. Let's see if the field got created properly. Object manager. So I'll go to the fields and relationships and I'll see, yeah, number of fields, number of rooms got created. The field is there. That's fine. Okay, now let's quickly look into the page layout. Also, if the field needs to be brought into the page layout, I don't know. During the settings, I may not have selected that. Number of rooms, yeah, which is there in the page layout as well. It's the last page, as in the last field. Okay, let me move this to the right hand side. Number of rooms, this field is there. Move to the right hand side. Click on save. Now I think we should have that number of rooms visible here. Yeah, again, it may take a bit of time to show that the field got created, the field is part of the page layout. So ideally, it should have been seen here, but it may take a bit of time to show that. All right. So now it's if there are rooms, if there are 400 or whatever, 100 rooms, whatever whichever is associated with this hotel. So it's going to be like this. So if I have a hotel, let's say my hotel is XYZ, and there are some 200 rooms associated to it. And out of those 200, 150 are available and 50 are not available. Then here in the hotel number of rooms, you will get to see 150 because we have put this criteria only available rooms.